Do you think you could be all the way honest with your woman?
No, because you're not supposed to be all the way honest.
I rebuke that.
Let me explain. You ready?
Yes.
Let's just say we have a semi-open relationship, right?
Okay.
And you call me. You want me to say I'm with this freak, I'm gonna try to hit it, I'll call you back? That's honest. Or, baby, can I call you back? I'm with a friend.
Don't say I'm with a friend.
Yeah, it's a friend.
That's a lie.
She's a friend. If she's in my presence, she's some sort of friend. She's not my girlfriend. She's some sort of friend. So you say you want honesty. If you can handle it, yeah. But if you can't handle it, sometimes you have to protect them. You have to protect the feelings.
Damn.
That's all I'm saying.
That's wild.
Yeah, I'm with a friend. That's not a lie. I'm not giving you details, but I'm with, like, you really want me to say, hey, I'm in Vegas, I'm with this little freak.
I want the truth.
So
me.
You want me to say I'm in Vegas, I'm with the little freak, she charged me $1,000, I'm gonna try to get it to $700. I'm gonna knock her down. I'm gonna knock her down. You know me, it's gonna take about 5 minutes. I'm gonna call you back in 10 minutes. That's what you want to hear? Or you want to say, baby, I'll call you back in 20 minutes. I'm in a meeting.
No, you want, not in a meeting. No, right? You know what I want to hear? I want you to tell me before we commit to our relationship that you are still outside and you're not ready to be sexually monogamous with me. Okay. But in every other way, you are. And so if you just say, I'm busy, I don't want you to make up a story because I don't like that.
So, Shaq says, never tell women the full truth. What do y'all think about that?
Yes, correct. 100%.
I agree. And the fact that he said semi-open relationship and that went over her head.
That's because she's never dated a man with money.
Yeah.
It's already semi-open.
Yeah, exactly. Like that just went over her head. Anyway. He's right. I agree.
Carrie,
women can't
do you
handle
agree or do you disagree?
No, I disagree. I disagree.
Well, we can tell that just from the look on your face.
I disagree, and I think that Shaq was being a little slick by saying, what is a semi-open relationship anyway? That sounds like him not being upfront about wanting to be with other women, and then the girl asking him about it, and him being like, oh, we're not in like a completely closed, committed relationship. I thought we were in a semi-open relationship. So I like her response. I want you to be upfront with me from the jump because, yeah, there's probably a lot of women who will be okay with it. But I don't know. The way Shaq just told that story, he doesn't come across, he did not come across to me like he would be upfront. I would have thought he would have, but he seemed like he kind of snuck around that one. So,
but men don't like to be. I mean, women don't like men to be upfront.
Yes, in the beginning of a relationship, yes, we do. I mean, I want it throughout, but in upfront, yeah,
because
I don't
if
want
a
you
man
to.
was if your man is going to be upfront with you, Carrie, right? Not we talking in general. If you got a man, best believe he looked at women that walk by. You don't want him to be upfront about that.
I don't care about that.
Yeah,
but and I wouldn't
I'm
mind.
I'm not talking about just look. I'm talking about what he thought, what he actually thought.
Well, you telling
when
me
she
all
walked
your
past.
You telling me all your thoughts is different than you telling me one thing instead of telling me what it really is. And to me, he's coming across like he'll tell the woman one thing as opposed to what it really is. And like she was saying, I want you to tell me from the jump what it really is. And the way that Shaq cultivated his little example, it didn't sound like
that's
he was
because he said it depends on the woman I'm with. He said there are some women I can be upfront and honest with. There are others that cannot handle it. So some women I can say this,
I
others
don't think he does that. I think that he look Shaq half of how he is where he is now relationship wise based off of what he has said is because he didn't treat the situation he had the way he should have. So to me,
how is he supposed to treat a woman that never really liked him anyway?
Well, I can't. I'm just going off of what Shaq said. I know y'all said that Shawnee said she didn't like him. I'm not saying she didn't, but what I'm saying is that based off of how he's talking, even in that example, that whole the semi-open thing is what got my antennas up. Because what does that mean?
Yeah, that's him being honest.
What's
The
semi-open?
semi-open means he can step out and you can't. That's semi-open.
See, which
Play your
I'm quite
role.
sure, which I
Don't
would be
ask no
willing to,
questions.
which I would be willing to
Just
bet,
get money.
and we don't know, but I would be willing to bet that even with Shaq and all of his money and fame, and he probably really could go up to a woman and be like, "Look, I'm not committing." He didn't come across right there like he is transparent from the jump. Maybe to certain women, like certain women, he might be transparent with, but the way he said semi-open, that sounds to me like depending on the girl he's kicking it with, he may or may not let them know I'm gonna be with other women. So,
But it's Shaq.
I
I
don't
think
really
which
that
think
you
it
would just
matters.
assume so.
I don't think it
I would
matters.
assume it
I think
regardless,
I
just because
think
of who
that
he is.
I don't think that girls care.
you don't think the girls care what?
I don't think they care. Like whether you with somebody or you're not with somebody. It just depends on
Look at Carrie's
depends
face.
on it depends on the cadence.
On the cadence.
Yeah, it just depends on the cadence. It depends on it depends on how you establish what things is gonna be from the start, basically.
And like I said, don't think that it doesn't sound like he really establishes what it really is. That's how I took it. So I think that the truth is necessary from the jump. Now, if you're upfront and you say it is what it is, this is how I'm gonna be, then that's cool. Then even then, you don't necessarily have to tell me who you're with or whatever, because you set that standard from the jump. Like, look, I'm gonna be with other chicks. I'm not going. So you might call me and I'm busy.
But even
Fine,
if he
but
does that, Carrie, that he's saying though, even if you know y'all in a semi relationship, you still don't want to hear him say
Correct. You
with
don't
the
want
other
you
chick.
don't want the details.
You still don't want to
You
hear
don't
it.
want to know that, you know what I'm saying? Like you may not want to know everything. You say you want to know until you find out. And
and
you
I
may
think
Right.
you
that
may not be
I
built for that shit.
I think that that's going to change based off of the women. So yeah, I'm sure there are women who are like, I don't want to know. I'd rather not know.
No, I
I'm
mean you
not.
gonna listen, you gonna know because you know who he is, but you don't need to know everything because it might be a bit you might not be built like that. Like you don't need to know the details.
That's
Most,
And
why I
I'm
understand why
and
women go
I'm
through phones.
I
and
don't
I'm
either.
and I'm saying that I think that there's a difference between you telling me all the details versus you're lying to me. Like you're not telling me the truth about something.
No,
I think there's
no.
a difference between that. And it
Why?
because it
So
is. If I say
wait.
if
I believe
if
that every woman knows the man that she with. Every woman knows the man that she with. It's not a secret.
The details just hurt you deeper. Like I cheated. Why do you know? Why do you need the depth of my cheating?
No, I'm
yeah,
not. I
but
didn't cheat.
you're
I
but
just did whatever it is that I was gonna
It's
do.
not cheating if you know.
But
I told y'all that last time.
I'm not even to the detail of it. I'm talking about before we like you're telling me you're one place instead of being and you're really another place. So you're telling me you're with a certain person, but it's really something like you're telling me something that is not true. That's what
No,
I'm
he said he was with his friend. That
What
is
is
his
not true?
friend.
What part is not true?
that's
No woman.
mislead that's misleading. So okay, so the girl who you're paying, you said is charging you $1,000 that you're trying to get down to $700. That's your friend.
That's
That's
right.
not that's
That's
listen,
your friend.
I don't believe in that shit. That all that tricking shit, that's extra. But the
Yeah, that
premise
was
of what
that
he's
was a
saying,
different example.
talk.
Well, that's even more the reason why I don't believe that Shaq is. I think that Shaq is using this to support his behaviors and his lack of his ability or desire or his choice to keep it real, because he gave like three different examples in one, and to me they were not direct. Like again, semi open. Well, no, I don't think you should tell a woman all of it. Well, if she can handle it. Well, if it's this example. Well, if it's to me, no, Shaq. You saying stuff in order to cater to how you want to move. Sorry. Just keep it real.
But if
What
the girl is like 24, emotional in her feelings, and he really don't have that kind of time for her, he kind of still wants to do him, not be tied down. And she crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like these men, I think they know what type of women that they're dealing with, and you can't be honest with most women. You just can't. We're emotional. We can't handle it.
most of them you can't.
Ooh, and Shaq with a 24-year. I mean, I know we're talking in general, but
Yeah, I'm
he's
just
too old
saying.
to be with a 24-year-old. But I
He
get
be
it.
with
But at the
20
same
year olds,
time,
30 year olds,
I don't
40
know
year
that.
olds. He
I
with
don't know.
everybody.
That's
But some of
just.
these women don't, even though they know they're sharing, they don't want to know they're sharing. They want to feel special. They want to feel like the only
I
one.
think that some of
But
them
I
do
think
want
that
to
you need to ask, like,
I think that
hey,
some women do want to know. I think that some women like, maybe not like it initially, but I think that they like parts of it.
Have some leverage over him. I don't know why else you would want to know the truth outside of hanging it over his head at some point.
but if
I
if
think that
you're honest about being, oh, sorry.
guys that um kind of move the way they want to move are more desirable in a way to women. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's what I think. I think that guys that kind of do what they want to do. I don't think that women know what they want until you tell them what they want. I don't even think that they understand what they want a lot of times. They've been programmed, and when you reprogram them, they'll realize that, oh, you know what? I do think differently about this because they just haven't had the right type of guy to open them up like that. That's what I think. But that's just my opinion. I could be off.
I think that if you're upfront about being in an open situation anyway, then why not at that time find out? Like, look, if this is what we're doing, do you want to know about what's going on, or you just prefer when I'm with you, I'm with you, and that's what it is. Like, you don't ask me, I don't ask you. Like, to me, that's a part of what y'all need to have an
Nah, I'm
understanding
gonna
of.
tell you. I think that you need to tell her what she need to think.
No, because we're not kids.
Yes, you are.
No, we're not. We're not
Yes, you
kids.
are.
No, we're not. Unless you're with a kid, in which case that's inappropriate. My daughter says unappropriate, so I'm helping her through it.
Y'all very much are. Um, we kind of play a father figure role in your life. Y'all very much are like children in a lot of ways.
So my father figure role guy who wants to be in an open relationship and
It's
be
not
able
even
to
that he
bust it
wants to
down,
be. It's not
he's
even
gonna
like
tell me.
it's not about what he wants to do. It's just whatever is happening at that time. It's not something that you search for. It's not none of that. It's just everything just got to be organic.
No, I get that when you're with a guy that he definitely will have on, like will take on some qualities that are similar to that of a father in like the covering, the protection, the whatever, but not to the point where you're telling me what I think and you're telling me what I want and you're not to that point. I mean, I don't think that that's I don't think that
I
that's
just don't believe that
it.
you, not you, but when I say you, I'm speaking figuratively of women.
Mm-hmm.
That you, in a lot of instances, maybe not every instance, but in a lot of instances, you don't even know what you want. You don't even know who you are until I taught you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. I mean, I can probably there's probably overlapping where I can agree with you in certain areas where, we really like to have you guys guide us and lead us and make the decision and all of that. So I'm not like no, but the way you're putting it, it's almost like we're just dolls and you're just like moving us and building us and we're just it's kind of you're not leaving space for us to have our own conscience and thoughts and
I am
brains
leaving
and
space for it. And then when you
well the
get
way
done,
you're saying it is not leaving it.
and then when you get done thinking about it, now come back home. I want you to have your own personality. I want you to be uniquely you. That's what makes you special. And then when you get done, you know what I'm saying, having that mindset, I'm gonna let you get it off, and then come on home.
Okay, so what if
I
while she's in
know
that
what's best for
mindset,
you.
she said? So what if
I
while
know what's
she's in?
best for you.
So what if while she's in that mindset, she says, "Listen, you do your thing. Don't tell me, or you do your thing, and
Yeah.
you know, if I call you and you're at such and such at a chick's house or whatever, I prefer you to let me know that."
So if he's at a chick's house 5, 6 days out the week, and you want to know every time,
No, what if she? No, not like, hey, not you tell me just because you're there, but if I call you, if
and
she
every
says, if
time you
I call
call,
you,
he's with another woman, you want to hear that?
well, God, if he's with somebody every single time she calls, she might want to, because she might think twice about wanting to be in that open relationship, because he might be
That's
ODing.
probably why
Like,
he's not
About it
telling
being
the truth. He
open.
don't want
sheesh,
to lose
like,
his options.
I think
are
that
we
that's
open or are we hoeing? Like, what are we
I
doing
think that
here?
that's a bad word. I don't like that word. I don't like the open thing. I think because that then makes it seem like it's okay for women to do the same thing. I don't like that
Yeah.
word. I think that is
Shaq
more
says
like
semi-open.
no, seriously. I don't like open.
Yeah.
I like it more to be like men are men and
Semi-open.
women are women. You know what I'm saying? And men kind of ignore their instincts to acquiesce over the women when women don't even want men to be like that. I don't think that women really want that. I think that women have programmed themselves to think that.